Finkelstein. I'm here with Providence College assistant coach Brian Mullaney, and he's here to show us the Ruane Friar Athletic Development Center. Did I say that right?
Yes, it's quite a building. We're very happy to have it.
It is an amazing facility. We're looking forward to seeing all of it. So thanks for your time this morning.
Yeah, let's get on with the tour.
All right. Well, that jumps right out at you. Obviously, we see Coach Cooley and some of the greats there, but I mean, what are we looking at now?
There's the history of Providence College basketball, and then since we've been here, the 7 years we've been here, guys like Chris Dunn and Bryce Cotton, and then some of the older guys, Billy and Shamgod and all those.
Billy Donovan, of course,
yep.
And then look at this.
Shot. The big video board, which is beautiful, and we can put a lot of video stuff up there. It's always great when we have recruits on campus. We'll walk through the main gate and have that playing. A lot of highlights from some of the great recent games that we have had. The Final Four season.
And even the detail on the side here with the little basketballs and the years and the incredible stuff.
They did an unbelievable job branding the building, which wasn't cheap, but you see a lot of these buildings and they raise money to build the buildings, but then they don't brand it the right way.
Right.
And man, did these guys do an unbelievable job branding the building and really getting our message out and the history of the program.
Now, I've been in NBA facilities that don't look like this.
Well, we've had a lot of NBA scouts here for practice.
Yeah.
And all of them say this is way better than
Right.
any NBA facility in the league. The Sixers have the most recent one.
Yeah.
And they were comparing it. But to the NBA's credit, they spend money on contracts, not buildings.
There you go. There you go.
So. Coach Driscoll. Adam Finkelstein.
How are you?
Adam,
Adam
nice to
Finkelstein,
meet you,
great to
man.
see you.
Yeah.
How are you?
Get a tour of Friartown, Ruane
Beautiful,
Center, yeah.
Incredible facility.
Pretty nice, huh?
Yeah, beautiful.
Dream come true, right?
Oh, it's. I was telling Brian, every room you go to, you're getting ready to say, if only you had this, but there hasn't been one moment yet. Everything's incredible.
Brian's baby, right?
There you
That's why
go.
I brought him to
Yeah.
Friartown, man. The best of the best. Got the old Friar heads. Check out the old Friar heads. We had to retire all these because they used to make little kids cry. So you can see why. There's a history to all that stuff.
Yeah, a couple of those are a little troubling. Yeah.
Like Halloween costumes.
All right, well, an added bonus today, we're here with Stephen Fernaris, who's the architect of the building, and this is an absolutely magnificent space, so congratulations.
Oh, well, thank you. It's a pleasure for us as well to be working on the project.
And you have a lot of ties to Providence College. This wasn't just another building. Obviously, it's not another building.
Yeah,
but-
this was kind of personal. It
Yeah.
was. I graduated from Providence. My older sister did. My younger
Wow.
sister did. My daughter was a varsity athlete here at Providence, so we go kind of deep.
What type of planning goes into such an incredible building like this?
Well, first you start out with looking at all the other buildings buildings around the country that are similar to this, and then begin to benchmark them, and then just try to figure out how to apply the program, which is very similar in all structures, to specifically how it relates to this school. And there's features about this building that would work only for Providence College.
And what are those program-specific features?
Well, a lot of buildings like this have the coach's office on a separate level from the team. And you'll notice in this building, the coaches are on the same level.
Sure.
Ed wanted to be able to look in the eyes of every student when they were coming into the building every day.
Yeah.
He's a very personal coach. He
Right.
wanted to be in the center of everything. So his office is in front of the locker rooms, and he sees every kid walking.
With all glass.
With all glass.
I noticed that when I walked in. I said, everybody sees him. I'm surprised he likes that, but he gets to see everyone as well.
He gets to see everyone, and he wanted to be a very interactive coach. He said that there's a certain amount of coaching that happens on the floor, but there's other parts of coaching, he said, with how kids walk into the building, how they're holding their body, how they're together, and he pulls them in and he wants to talk to them.
The research that goes in before you start designing it, how many buildings did you guys see?
We visited actually 5 separate development centers around the country, everything from out to University of Oregon, went to the Nike campus, spent some time there working with their innovation lab, also Michigan, Purdue, others. in terms of athletics, all the talk now is how quickly you can recover and get an athlete back to training. So the entire our innovation lab here became less about like Nike uses theirs to test athletes, to test equipment. This is about making sure that athletes can recover more quickly. Division I athletes are overstressed. They have two jobs: full-time school, full-time athletics. So there's a lot of aspects of of the innovation lab that allow them to rest, recover, and really be their best. This also will serve very well any former athletes coming back to Providence College and wanting to be involved with the program later.
Great, let's check it out. And now we are in the Innovation Lab. We're here with the Senior Associate Athletic Director for Health and Wellness, John Rock, and this is, in my opinion, maybe the most interesting part of the whole building.
I would agree. The focus on this facility is on rest and recovery. This is an extension of sports medicine. I was the head athletic trainer for 30 years here. I moved up to the Innovation Lab in July to get this running. So our focus is definitely giving our student athletes an opportunity to recover and to get some of the rest that we all feel that they need. We're all sleep deprived, so that's really what we're looking to do here.
Can you show us some of the technology you have at your disposal?
Absolutely. So one of the coolest spaces we have is our napping room.
The sleep room.
Yes.
Look at this.
So we have 5 nap pods here.
Wow.
That are that they're rather high tech and funky looking. They are designed.
Looks like the first class seats that I walk past when I go to the back of the plane.
That's exactly right. They recline. There's mood lighting and mood music. They're programmed to be a 20-minute nap. That is what is suggested as the optimal time for a nap. At the end of 20 minutes, the pod will decline. It will vibrate and wake you up, and hopefully you feel a little bit more rested.
Oh my goodness.
So let me.
Energy pod activated. It's the name of that Will Smith movie. Whew. And then do you close this? Wow. I'll see you guys in 20.
And even if you don't fall asleep, the thought process is just the fact that you're in a relaxed position that you can rest without sleeping.
The music you hear, I don't know if music is the right word, but it's certainly some soothing sounds.
Yes, and you can turn it off. You also, there's a space over there you can put headphones on if you want to put headphones.
They wanted to listen to something else.
That's correct.
Wow, but this is great.
Moving over, we have office space for our head team physician here, which also has a portable X-ray machine.
A full-fledged X-ray machine.
Yeah, it's called a C-arm. It's not a full X-ray.
But for the most part, you don't need to run them to the hospital.
Well, if they have a sprained ankle or a wrist, we could take this to the dunk. We could take this down to the hockey rink.
Really?
So that's the beauty of the portability of it. This here is a high-end massage chair that right now we're having trouble keeping staff out of it as opposed to our student athletes. And if you were to get into it, you would know why. This area here is our recovery area. We have 5 zero-gravity reclining chairs. They recline back. You put recovery gear on them, on your legs. They fill up with air. They sequentially compress and relax. It's a massaging of the legs. The zero-gravity component is that your legs are above your heart. We have 2 of these, and they are rather large bathtubs. We had them custom designed so that they were big enough that our men's basketball players could fit in them. You put 10 inches of 94-degree water with 1,000 pounds of Epsom salts.
Wow.
And the density of the Epsom salts, you literally cannot sink.
Wow.
So you lay on your back and you float. The walls are black. When you close the door, the lights will go out, so you're in complete darkness. That's the sensory deprivation, and it's designed for complete relaxation.
Is this the same kind of technology? You hear rumors of Tom Brady using stuff like this?
That is correct.
He has one in his home.
Yes, he does. And a lot of the technology that you see in our lab here, we actually took from the New England Patriots.
All right, Adam, let's check out the closing room here. Bring a lot of recruits up here.
I'm ready to sign.
At the end of the day, after a long visit, bring them up here and see if we can get them to sign on the dotted line.
And I would think this is also a major area when you have practice guests or NBA scouts who are able to kind of oversee the entire facility, look down on the courts, but also not really be in the way, so to speak.
Exactly. That was another reason why we came up here, and this is a great added feature where they can slide these doors open and really get a feel for practice.
Now you can hear everything that's going on. You're just not physically in the way.
Right. But Advent, the company that did all the branding in here, did an unbelievable job with pictures like this.
And these pictures are all over the building.
Yeah.
I mean, there's you know, it's like a movie. You don't notice everything the first time. You go back and say, oh, I didn't see that the first time. It's incredible.
And those three guys, you know, they really impacted our program, and because our program's doing so well, you know, we get things like this building. But those three guys in particular really had an impact.
All right, so Coach, now we are in the players' lounge, coming from the coach's office, and it seems like they've got everything they need here.
They certainly do. A couple TVs here with, you know, obviously cable. We get the games up there, and we have the full kitchen here where they can get snacks during the course of the day. Anything they need to keep them hydrated and fueled up and ready for practice. And if they need to get a haircut, they can go right into the barbershop here.
And you get the film room right here as well. Very quick access.
Yep. So they can cut through from the locker room through the film room and get into the lounge area.
Okay.
But this is where we'll have some meetings in here and cut up and splice up the tapes and prepare for games. Now that we're into games and the games are coming fast and furious now, a lot of times we'll start practicing here.
Gotcha.
A good 15 minutes of film, 20 minutes of film of our future opponent, and we'll always be watching, you know, self-scouting ourselves.
So we came from the players' lounge, and now where are we going? Where does this take us?
Right through this door will be the players' locker room.
And this is players only.
Yeah, this is the players' locker room. When we play in the Garden at the Big East tournament, and sometimes we'll get the New York Knicks locker room, and they're was a circle locker room, and that's where we stole the idea from the Knicks. And you know, it builds camaraderie, and they did a great job of building the space, and then these guys did an unbelievable job branding it, you know, logoing it out.
How often are the coaches in this room?
Not often at all.
No.
This is their space,
Yeah.
and really even in the, you know, we'll get in the lounge a little bit, and it's really, we're not really talking shop in the
When they're in
lounge.
here, this is the
It's
players.
pretty much their space. We're not in here much.
Wow.
Pretty easy access to everything.
Well, for as grand of a facility as this is, the ease with which you go from one place to the next is pretty fluid.
Well, you met the architect, and
Yes.
they spent a lot of time planning this. You know,
Right.
this obviously these kind of buildings don't just happen, but they spend an extraordinary amount of time talking to a lot of different people, researching a lot of different places, and taking what, you know, the good things from some places and leaving out the negative things from other places. And they did a great job. It's a very fluid building.
Now, tell me about the lighting in the windows here, because I think that's
Well, first of
looks
all,
unique at first glance.
I think the space in itself is, I think, a little different than most spaces where there's two full courts. And so that gives us a ton of workspace. A lot of other places are one court with a lot of, you know, workspaces around it. But to have two functional courts makes the place really, really beautiful and big, and we can get a lot done here. We wanted natural light throughout the whole building.
Yep.
And you'll see in our offices, there's a ton of natural light when you first come in, a ton of natural light. There's a ton of glass throughout the whole building. And this same thing with the basketball court here. But you had to prevent glare, you know, because we practice in the afternoons. And so they designed it where the sun is east and west this way, so there'll never be a glare coming through these windows.
so the
on
building's
any of the courts.
built perpendicular to the way the sun goes. Is that
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
And right over there is the video that you've got a TV right behind the scoreboard there, so if you want to show, I assume that's where the managers sit during practice.
Yep.
They can cue anything up.
Their computers will be hooked up. There's cameras up top, one there, and maybe a couple in the corners, hooked up to the computers. There's a joystick, and they're following the action.
Cameras are embedded into the building.
Cameras are embedded up on the ceiling up there. It goes right into the computer, and so when we're practicing, it's getting videotaped. And if we want to cut to something, we can cut right to it and show it on that big screen TV over there.
All right, now we're here with Coach Kenneth White, who's the head strength and conditioning coach. Coach, what beautiful space first and foremost.
Thank you.
What's it been like working in this area for the last few months?
Enjoyable,
Yeah.
but I always enjoy weight rooms.
Right.
But having a brand new one, it's like getting a new car.
Yeah.
And then the keys, and so it's been pretty neat. And the guys have always enjoyed lifting, but I think they got a little extra bounce with just the new.
It's got to be
equipment.
fun for them to come into a space like this. I mean,
Sure.
it's like now, how does the process change? You know, it's the end of November now. We're talking they got here in May. How does your philosophy differ in the summer versus in the season?
We just scale it down. You know, we still want to have good intensity and still lift good weights and have quality work, but we just shorten it.
And is it about building at this point in time, or is it about retaining what they have going into the
A
season?
little bit of both.
Yeah.
Young guys can still get stronger.
Gotcha.
It's a long
Okay.
season, so
Yep.
to do 7 months of maintenance would be counterproductive.
That's true, yeah.
So we'll have a good lift tomorrow and even make it a shade longer because we don't play till Saturday.
Gotcha.
Thursday we'll cut it back a little bit. So a lot depends on the minutes they play.
Gotcha.
Their position, their history. Some guys have a bigger experience of training before they get here, so they have a little bit more foundation. So it really depends on the guy. Within the weight room, we custom made our equipment. You can see the squat racks at 10 feet high.
Wow.
So there's no limitations on the height of the players.
7-footers got no excuse.
The architects actually came and witnessed the workout, and then they really understood what we were trying to tell them in terms of just space and open ceilings and just an open area for them to work.
This is NBA Corner, and we got all the NBA teams and some of the current and past NBA players up here on the board. some really good names to go all the way back.
Great.
And a lot of people don't know John Thompson is a graduate of Providence College.
Is he really? Wow.
John
Look at that. And he played for the Celtics? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So where does this take us? We go from NBA corner to...
We'll walk into the, where we can have training table, we can have meals. If we have home games during the week, we'll be up here. And we can have pregame meals up here.
So you'll eat here before going to the dunk?
We'll eat here before, getting into the bus to go down to the dunk.
Coach Cooley, thank you for having us in your house at this very busy time of year.
Well, we appreciate it. I hope you guys, when you walked around,
It's incredible.
Found a unique place. I think the building addresses our needs. I think the players feel at home. It's incredible, and it's definitely, we're grateful for our president, our athletic director, and our board of trustees to approve such a beautiful building.
How long ago did the vision for this building begin? Did you have to get it going a little bit, or was it right when you came here? This was in the future.
I'd be lying to you if I said it was in the works since day one. I think it's been in the works of the school for a long time. Mm-hmm. I think we had to show some promise, and we had to win a little bit in order to.
Then you won a lot.
Get the support of not just the school, but our donors. There's been many people, Mike Ruane being the #1 person, who really gave a significant amount to get this started.
Billy Donovan Court, we've seen.
Yeah, Billy Donovan, George Oliver Court. There are a lot of people that gave, their hard-earned money to this vision. Kevin Kerbeck, who's our operations director, was in on every detail of the building.
Really?
Over the 5-year period.
Wow.
We went around the country and looked at a lot of different facilities. Purdue, Michigan, Oregon, Creighton, Georgetown.
The Big East schools let you in, huh?
Yeah, we're all, we're all in it. I think if Providence is good and the Big East brand is continuing to grow, so what an experience our guys are having.
Oh, now how involved were you in the planning stages? Because some of this, from the placement of your office to you are so visible. I mean, you go to most buildings, most offices, and the head coach is in a corner set apart. Even on the road, they're on another floor. That is not the case in this building. Everybody who walks in this building is walking right past your office. So you've got your fingerprints on everything that goes on here. Was that intentional?
Absolutely, transparency. All the natural light. Mm-hmm. I think natural light sells. I think when a building's lit, it says something. Mm-hmm. I think people can see it, and we always want you to feel part of what we're doing. Mm-hmm. The office in the middle, the original design had it upstairs. I didn't want that design.
Okay.
The coach's office. I want the players to be on the same level as the players so we can see their face, their body language, if they're having a good day, bad day. And I didn't want to be in the corner. The original design had me in the corner. Didn't want that. I wanted to be right at the heartbeat of the organization where, again, we get to see the players all the time and they get to see us. So transparency is very important.
I got to ask you about the Jordans. Mm-hmm. In your office, the chronological order of Providence College, your personal history in the Jordan shoes. Was that your idea?
A little bit. That came from when we go recruiting, as we're getting older in the business, how do you stay connected to players? And I think one way is music, another way is fashion and our shoes. So every time I go recruiting, I always have a pair of Jordans on. So
You're not recruiting today.
I'm not recruiting today. No, I have a different pair on. But they're always Nike.
Yeah, right.
Always
of
Nike.
course.
I love my Nike brand. But that tells a story. And again, it's a way to connect with our youth.
Yeah, absolutely. You talk about recruiting. How much does this help?
I think it's going to help a lot. You know, in recruiting, you know, facilities are very important. And kids can come here, and I'm pretty sure there's a wow factor when they get ready to walk into this building with the technology, our innovation lab upstairs, our recovery center, you know, a basketball facility, the weight room.
Even the branding is top notch.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, you know, get to, you know, the video board,
Yeah.
them being able to see themselves. So I definitely think it's going to give us a greater opportunity for the kid to say yes.
How much education does it take to learn how to utilize all you have at your disposal, and then to teach that to your players? When you talk about that, all the things in the rehab lab and with the various technology that we've seen, being able to use video, not just in the locker room, but on the court. How is that a process, or is how's that going?
I think it's going well, and it is a process. We're learning how to use the building and how to maximize the building. But every day in practice, we can pull up something in seconds that we did in practice to learn from. It definitely is a teaching tool. We can use it from our offices. You know, the designers and the engineers of the building did a really good job giving us access instantly. So hopefully that helps us. You know, hopefully if we can win a game 2 or more, it's all worth it.
Coach, it's been an incredible building. Can't thank you enough. I know it's a very busy time of year, but thank you so much.
Thanks
Happy
a lot.
Thanksgiving.
Appreciate it. Happy holidays.
Come on in and discover the new Cox Solution Store. Experience a whole new level of in-home comfort. It's all right here at the Cox Solution Store. Discover, learn, and experience more.
Drone Racing League pilot Wild Willie is testing his skills on the scariest course imaginable. His mom's house. Fortunately, he's using panoramic Wi-Fi from Cox, because even a 1-second delay could mean trouble for everyone. Wall-to-wall fast panoramic Wi-Fi from Cox. Wi-Fi at the speed of flight.